It's like it is what it is, you know. And every time another accusation comes out, they're gonna refer back to Joyner Lucas, and
Right.
that's it. I don't even need to say nothing after that. You know,
For sure.
that wasn't happening before, so I needed that to happen. And
Right.
now that that's happening, I don't even need to say nothing else.
Right. Now you straight. All
I'm
right.
straight.
Hey,
So
I got a
Joyner, let
question
me.
for you,
I have a
brothers.
So
So
question.
you
hold on,
guys,
hold on,
hold on,
hold on.
hold on. When you speak, can you please introduce yourself and say there's too many people on stage to say I have a question without saying hi, this is so and so, I have a question.
Well,
Thank
Yeah,
you.
for
well,
sure.
hold
That
up,
was
Anya.
Tabitha, and I just
First,
landed. My
Thank
bad.
you, Anya.
Hey,
first of all,
Okay.
Thank you, Anya.
for your
Thank you,
questions,
Anya. I was away from the phone. Thank you.
yeah, but for your questions, like I told y'all in the earlier room, to avoid all this, I got a question stuff. Please send your questions to my Twitter account.
For sure.
Okay,
My bad. I was
I will.
driving.
Oh,
My
you
bad.
okay? You okay? That's for everybody that's on stage right now. Okay, send your questions. Okay, that was said earlier, but I want to thank y'all for coming into the Crenshaw District. We got Joyner Lucas on stage with us, man. Thank you, Jonah, and your manager for gracing us with your presence, for hollering at us and telling your side of what happened with you and giving game to other artists on stage, man. We really appreciate that. Really appreciate you in the room. Got a lot of important people in the room, man. WAP 100 TD, we Punch. We got Polly in the room, Fats in the room, man. We got Devin in the room.
Yo, I
Got
just
a
want to
lot of
say
people.
too on the record. I want to say that I got a lot of love and respect for all the pioneers and in the room, Punch, Whack, a lot of these cats. You know what I'm saying? I look up to on a business standpoint, and just other shit. So I just want to say that I'm
And Joyner, Big U told me to tell you what's up, and he
Big
said
U the
call you.
homie, bro. Love to my brother Big U the man. Respect to
Speaking
Big U.
speaking
Shout
of
out to
people
Big
that you
Daddy.
look up to, so how
Hold,
was it working with Will? Like
hold on,
on the Will?
Ash. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ash. It was like four people that had questions for Joyner. Go ahead, Ash. I'm sorry. I
Oh
didn't
no,
mean to cut
I
you off.
just wanted to know like
I
how it
kind
was
of
working
want
with
y'all
Will.
questions to stick to the topic and not make this an interview because he's
Yeah,
not
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
interview.
Keita. Let's
You
do
know what I
that,
mean? We're
please.
not
Yeah,
gonna do
100%.
please,
Okay.
Can
please,
we
please.
move it forward to maybe even the Steve Stout stuff from today?
Hey,
Yeah,
go
like
ahead,
Yeah,
let
bro.
let's
me
go
Go
ahead and
ahead.
push
Okay, so
forward. Let's go
let
ahead
me
and
say
push
this. Can
forward.
I talk real
Every,
quick? Can
go
everybody
ahead,
let me
Keith.
talk? So let me say this. When he contacted Ash, when his manager contacted Ashley, I came up with an agreement with them. And I understand all y'all want y'all questions because he here, but me as a manager, I wouldn't allow my artist to answer all these unnecessary ass questions. And it's not fair for y'all asking him, how about this person and that person? Let's stick to the script. Ask him about Steve Stout and we can go from there. He's here for certain conversations, not for the we're not gonna do that. We're not he ain't
It's all love though. It's cool. Working with Will was cool. Just to answer Shorty question.
Joiner. This is
Thank you,
Erica
Joyner.
speaking.
So
I just
Sure.
hold
want
up,
to know real quick.
hold on, Miss Erica.
Hold
Um,
Hold
on,
on a
hold
second.
on.
oh,
All
somebody hopped.
questions,
I
please
apologize.
direct
Go
them
ahead.
to
Oh no,
conductor's
Erica, I
Twitter.
got you. It was just
Please direct all questions to conductor's Twitter, please, just so we can keep the order. Because all this talking over
thank
everybody,
you.
shit starting to get too much. Please.
Okay,
Got
these
you.
were questions that were sent to the back channel, to my back channel specifically. So a young man wants to know, going back to Karen Civil, because of course we need to move forward to the Steve Stout because this is new. But the young man wants to know, what services exactly did he request from Karen, because he's never said a list of things he actually wanted, because he already said he paid for radio promo, etc. It sounds like he just gave her 60,000 and was like, make my career pop.
Nah,
I don't
man,
care what
fuck
you do.
that dude, man. That nigga, we didn't talk about that shit for 30
Okay.
hours. We
All
been
Agreed.
over
right.
the fuck dude.
Yeah,
All
He ain't
right.
answered
I
the
can can move
shit,
forward.
man.
With
Ashley, do you have another
I'll be
question?
real, man. Like I want to know if Wack got some questions because he's the one that was really bringing up some points, and it was like, all right. And so I know Joyner addressed a lot of the shit, but
Joyner came in and addressed every motherfucking thing I said.
all
I
right,
wrote
He
down
shouldn't have
I
sent
wrote
the
down
motherfucking
everything.
money up front.
I
He
wrote
shouldn't have
down
sent the
everything
money
T
up
Wax
front.
said.
He every motherfucking thing I've been saying that y'all telling me
my
crazy
biggest
about.
question is my biggest question is understanding the Steve Stout situation.
Well, yeah,
All
let him
right,
get.
so let me break that down for you. Let me break that shit down. All right, so let's go to 2007. So 2017, I mean. So in 2017, I created an app called Tully. All right, now this app started as a songwriter app. So an artist, can go in there, upload their beats, write their lyrics, record their ideas and shit, make it like real easy for the artist. So I made it so that you can do that in like one single screen. So the app was essentially a pre-production tool that I created so I can keep things organized. So when I went to the studio and recorded shit, I can have like a solid reference to go off of. So everybody's in distribution. So I didn't want to go and be in the distribution business because, TuneCore, they already been in that business for like 15 years. And I would have essentially been competing with TuneCore as well as several other companies. I've always been into tech, by the way. Like, the artist shit's cool, the directing shit is cool, but I've always been like huge into tech. I just wanted to put that out there. But so I felt like I had something unique, something different, right? And I felt that it would help a lot of artists that may have been disorganized. Like, how many artists that don't have the final masters to their song because they stopped working with the engineer who had it? So Tully would essentially put that power in the artist's hands. So let's fast forward to the end of 2018, right after I got off Atlantic Records. Mind you, I just learned a whole bunch of business shit just by being signed to Atlantic, going through all the fuck shit involving carrying, shit that I encountered being at, major labels and shit. I had a co-manager who was an industry manager, right? That couldn't do shit. And this nigga actually had relationships with the label. So the manager I got on the phone right now was my manager, but I also had another manager, and I can't say his name due to legal reasons, but you know, um, he was another manager that I had, an industry manager, and he didn't even really have no pull like that. And that motherfucker had relationships with the label. So as I'm watching this shit and I'm learning, I wanted to figure out how to apply this information to Tully. So where I struggled was I wanted to provide something that I could help artists with so that they could have it easier than I did. So in 2018, Sony Music puts a huge fucking investment into the company, right? Only as a shareholder, which means that they don't have control of the company in any formation, right? So I don't have a board that I answer to or none of that. We make decisions to help artists move forward. I do that shit. They don't make that decision. I make the decision. So essentially, there was a bidding war. Now, just to be clear, this was not for my music. It wasn't a bidding war for my music. This was for tech. This was for technology. For me to build technology. For me to build what's missing so that we can all benefit from the shit. So I started my journey for the first year, refining this product for the app, and now building an additional piece for management. So the management piece was built so I can manage my masters and have complete control over my music. When I upload a master inside of Tully, it automatically has a mega data manager. It has a place where you can upload your contracts and instantly receive your split sheets, right? So all of this shit is automated. So let me give you
Wow,
an example.
automated split sheet. My
Right, yeah,
nigga.
automated split sheets, right?
Yes.
So let me give you an example. So everyone knows in the music business, right? The legal and the lawyers, they take a huge fucking advantage of the artists. So what I did with Tully was I allowed the artists to be able to invite their lawyers into the Tully account and assign the lawyer specific access and roles. So an example, like the lawyer cannot listen to my music. He has no access to my music, but he can still access and upload contracts, right? The engineer can access, the music, but he can't access the contracts, right? So I'm giving and assigning specific roles to specific people on here, right? And I can assign up to like 13 to 15 people, right? So let's say he uploads the contracts. Now he's required to also complete a high level terms, right, to the deal that we signed. So I asked him if there's an advance associated with this agreement, what the royalty split is, what the publishing split is. So it instantly creates like a royalty and pub chart for me. So this instantly puts the power in my hands now. Because if I ever feel like I want to work with a different attorney because I'm being fucked, pause, I can literally just delete that nigga from my account and just assign a new attorney and I don't lose any of my information. So as of early this year, you can do all of that shit on your mobile phone, thanks to me. Now, so my team, we take a meeting with United Master. Why? Because I look up to Steve Stoute. He's a black CEO in the music business. He's advocating for artists and, there's masters and, he's advocating for artists' masters and the artists' rights. And, I'm like, this shit is perfect. This is the perfect company to align myself with. So all day, every day, I see this nigga online talking about how fucked up the record labels are and how we need to come together and share information and change what the industry's been doing wrong for so long and blah, 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 blah. So this is what I do. I had my team reach out to United Masters, which is owned by Steve Stoute. So my team set up meetings. We did demos of our product, and we told them we want to use United Masters, and we would like to form a partnership to be able to distribute music. Since I'm not in the distribution business, so they showed a lot of interest and shit. You know, they seemed to not have nothing that we had
So mind
as
you,
far
we
as
mind you, we have like 100,000 songwriters on this application, right? That's
right.
creating
Nice.
stuff now, can manage stuff,
Yep.
right? So we're like now they want to put their music out. So let's go speak to the guy that we think is best suited for that, and that was
Yep.
United Masters Steve Stoute.
They
What's
didn't have
what's the app called?
Tully, Tully, right?
Okay.
So they seemed to have no idea of what the fuck we had, right? But they understood the mission and the alignment between United Masters and Tully. They got it. So if that alignment would have happened, and that would have meant that full control would have been given to the artists to manage the creative assets, manage their business, manage their teams, and distribute their music out. One stop shop, meaning that we would not need a record label to do any of that shit.
So
What this will
we
also
demoed the product. We signed
right.
NDAs. We demoed the product.
Yep. We demoed the product. Um, after I did the demo with United Masters, right, I ended up getting plugged with Steve directly. So before I got to speak with Steve, they seen everything from our side, right? I haven't seen one thing from their side. We signed NDAs so we could share information, and these niggas made me share all my shit, and they didn't share shit. They listened to me talk, they didn't share nothing. So I hop on a call with Steve, right? And it's me, Steve, it's Drew, who's on the phone with us right now. So we talked to Steve and we explained the model we got and how we would like to bring the shit together, considering that the company doesn't have his company don't have the shit that we built. So Steve said, "Okay, shoot me an email and we'll set up a meeting." No response. Right. Fast forward a few months later, I got a copyright infringement saying that I cannot use the word record label in your pocket. Now here's what pisses me off. I have two United States utility patents, right? Rap Chat, which is an app, they infringe on one of those patents. So that the Rap Chat app, if you don't know, it's like a social songwriting app. So what they're infringing on is the ability to play, write, and record in a single screen. I have a patent for that. So nobody should be able to do that shit except for me. But
That's
I'm not out here sending cease and desist and doing all that fuck shit, right? So I'm not sending lawyers to these niggas, right? I'm trying to figure out how to make shit better for us artists so that they don't make the same mistakes that I made if they haven't did this shit already. So I got patents and these niggas, these motherfuckers trademarked a few words. So you mean to tell me I'm going to the successful black CEO who's representing artists to make that happen, and instead of calling me, because I use the term Tully, I use it and say that Tully is a record label in your pocket. Instead of calling me, this motherfucker sent me a cease and desist letter. I'm tired of this industry shit, bro. We supposed to be coming together. You the same nigga that's sitting online talking about let's share information and come together and record labels and blah, 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 blah. So I've seen this fuck shit from when I'm coming up as an artist. I'm learning from it. I'm seeing it, which is cool when it's coming from the fucking major labels, I guess. But when it comes from my own people that's supposed to be looking out and looking out for our culture and pushing the shit forward, that's what pisses me off, and that's what made me
facts.
go on my rant today. You heard?
Hey, thank you, John. I know we have Mr. Davis up here that wanted to holler at you and get it. Mr. Davis, you there? Duran?
Yeah, I'm here. How's it going, brother Joner? So I have a question, but it's probably going to take me a minute to ask it because I don't want you to say anything in case you may have any litigation and people are recording the room. But so with the technology, so you guys built technology in your company is what I'm getting, and the IP that you guys had, it was something that they didn't have, and they didn't understand the secret sauce. But you didn't want to get into the distribution business, so it was an ideal partnership. You don't have to speak about the terms at all. So how did you get served with the copyright infringement? Was it served on you're not going to be able to do the distribution with someone else, or was it served on something that they were trying
It
to steal
was
from you as far as your
served
IP?
on so what United Masters did is they trademarked the words record label in your pocket. They
Oh,
also trademark the words amplify your independence. They also trademark the words your future has no labels. So this is a company that's
That's
raised
crazy.
over $100 million. And
Damn.
what they basically did was they trademarked all the words that you would essentially try to use to identify what we've built, right? And then coming to us telling us we can't use that.
so DJ, it's still Duran, by the way, and thanks for answering that. So does that affect you guys? Because that sounds like a marketing play. Is this some legal term where they're saying any service derivative of that description you guys can't do? I'm just
Yeah,
trying to
you
understand.
basically
Oh, I
you
got it.
trade
All
you
right, got it.
trademark the description. So it's
I
like,
got it.
okay, don't use that description with your product because we trademarked it. And we're sitting here with patents, utility patents. Like there's very few people in the music business that can
That's
tell me
true.
that they've got United States issued utility. We got two patents at that, right? And so it's kind of frustrating because it's like we expect that bullshit from the the big major labels for them